Oh, okay, it's Tassadar, not an Archon, but they pretty much look exactly the same. Whatever. In fact, no, it is an Archon. That was an Archon that guy had. Tassadar is the one that you get from the team games. So, up yours. Okay, so up to the north position, we do have KnowMe going to be spawning here as the. It was. I was on about the silver player, not the. Okay, right, whatever. Right, I'm gonna. Oh, maybe no, maybe. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, so we have Mr. KnowMe going to be spawning here as the blue Protoss up to the north and over to the east. Okay, maybe you do get it from 1,000. 1v1 wins, whatever. Cybernation's KenZy going to be spawning here as the yellow Zergy. So me showing my inexperience with portraits and things like that, but I don't. Okay, so what we're going to see, I think this might actually be a best of 3. I need to check the brackets because if so, I actually need to put the fact that it is a best of 3. All these guys are talking in German and I have no clue what they're saying. So let's have a look, see if it is best of 3. It is currently, we have a probe hitting a drone. KenZy versus KnowMe. It's a best of 3! Huzzah! Okay, so we need to change the overlay. It's not currently 2-0. It's currently 0-0. There we go. Ta-da! Awesome. Right. So we have Mr. KenZy going to be going for spawning pool first. No gas just yet. That's an interesting choice. A little bit of a forge fast expand on Shattered Temple, and that's something that can be a little bit risky, depending on whether or not Mr. KenZy actually wants to put on a little bit of aggression. And we know from the previous game that KenZy, you know, is not right. Okay, all right. So I actually really like this. So he's going to be going for a hatchery at the gold, and he's going to end up making it look like he wants this expansion, and he does want this expansion to a certain degree. So we'll be going for this quite easily. But he's going to be able to get a little bit of an income boost off this, and then once he can take these rocks down, he's going to be able to use this as a macro hatch later on, which is so awesome. It's unbelievable. And now KenZy knows that his opponent is going next first, due to the fact that Mr. KnowMe did come in here and scout the timing on the spawning pool. So this could work really, really well. Oh, no! The probe sees it. Oh, dear me. So now he knows exactly what's going on. So off the back of this, KnowMe could quite easily get aggressive here and, you know, actually put on a little bit of pressure. Really put on the pressure. I mean, his opponent does not have speed, and he's not getting it for quite a while by the looks of things, due to the fact that he wants to get this very, very quick third hatch down and go very, very economically. Look at how much is being transferred over here. And how many is that? Okay, there's a very good reason that he's transferred this many over here. He's going to move these 3 over to these patches as well, probably. Hopefully. Actually, no, he's not. I assumed that he could quite easily get full saturation on these 3 patches to this expansion with this amount of drones, because that would be more proficient. For now, these guys aren't mining very efficiently at all, due to the fact that they're so far away. So that is very interesting indeed. Okay, so we do have the probe going to be moving in here. He will be able to see this hatchery as well. As you see, we've already seen that hatchery. He does see that hatchery, so he knows exactly what his opponent's doing right now. He may end up sneaking in here and putting down a sneaky pylon, but this Overlord would see it quite easily. Oh no, he would have been able to get away with that potentially, but I think the Overlord, if he was keeping an eye on his minimap, yeah, there we go. He does know exactly what's going on. So he will be able to take out that probe. Very, very nicely done there. Nice up positioning with that Overlord. And for now, he has a pretty solid wall in at the front here, getting +1 weapons out very, very quickly. And it's up to the Zerg to get +1 carapace down as quickly as he possibly can do. And again, I'm surprised these rocks are up for so long. He brought the Zerglings up to the north here in order to be able to deal with anything if there was like a proxy pylon down, but there was not. And so we do have Evolution Chamber as well as Roach Warren going down here. He may just go for complete roaches off the back of this, but he's going to have an amazing economy. He is going to have such good economy once this third gets up as well. And, you know, once he's able to plant down a hatchery here, he's going to be operating off 4 hatch, probably before the 10-minute mark. Maybe even before the 9-minute mark. And that, at that point, gets absolutely ridiculous. for a Protoss to be able to deal with. So what is KnowMe going to do off the back of this? I mean, he has the options. He could either go for something that we're seeing a lot recently, which is the big kind of 2-base Blink Stalker Immortal Sentry play. And obviously, during that, you're relying a lot on the fact that your sentries are going to be able to keep you boxed in with force fields very, very nicely against the Zerg. But I don't think on Shattered Temple, with the tactic that KenZy has gone for, something like that would not work. Reason being, there's so much room to cover in the middle here. Boxing yourself in with force fields is very hard in these bigger open spaces. And you know, for KenZy, it's going to be pretty easy to hold off, to be honest. He's going to have a blistering economy. Protoss is the hardest race, in my opinion, but I'm the only one that finds that. I have my opinions, but I'm not expressing them on stream. I am indeed Masters Random, so I know exactly what it's like to play all the races at Masters. So, you know, anyway. Okay, so we have plenty of probes out here. This is another option that KnowMe had, going for the very, very quick rock breaking. And I love that he's going for Blink in order to be able to ward himself over any kind of... okay, so he's going for Blink in order to be able to ward him against any kind of Stalker... Mutilist play, sorry, taking me off so badly. And he is rushing to +3 right now, so this is something we see a lot. And we'll have to see what does go on. The Evolution Chamber is going down, so +1 melee weapons is on the way. Okay, I'm just going to say it since I have some space to fill and see these guys are being pretty passive. And yeah, for one, it does fluctuate with League, but for the most part, Zerg and Terran have an easier time expanding, whilst Protoss does not have too easier time expanding to a certain degree. Or at least this is how I find it, you know, kind of mid-masters, high-masters, random. Zerg, oh my god, it just feels so easy to expand. It feels so easy to expand in comparison. And I feel that, you know, that is one of the big factors of it. Also, you know, for Protoss, it's heavily about positioning. And if you do get out of position, like at any given point in time, you do literally just die there and then. But that happens for a lot for the other races as well, but more so for Protoss due to the fact that our units are so cost effective that they have to have these positional disadvantages that go in tow with them. So anyway. But yeah, for the most part, the game is extremely balanced. So we'll be able to pick off an Overlord here with the Blink. Very, very nice indeed. Clearly, Reconstitution is about to finish up for these Roaches. We do have another Robo Bay facility going down, as well as a Robo Bay. And he will be able to secure this third relatively easily. But on this map, on Shattered Temple, one big thing, one glaring thing that does always pop out to me is the fact that if Zerg ends up going for Mutilist play on this map and then kind of bounces between this base, and this base, even for Blink Stalkers, it can be ridiculously hard to deal with, depending on how completely proficient you are with... There we go, +3 weapons starting. Depending on how proficient you are with that Blink play and how well you're going to be able to control it. So, we do have the +2 weapons, melee weapons going down. It's really interesting that he's opting for the melee weapons as opposed to the Roach play. It makes me think that once he gets Hive Tech, he's going to end up transitioning into Ultralisk as opposed to Broodlord. But then again, even with the melee weapons, Broodlords still do get the benefit of it due to the fact that the you know, little broodlings go nibble and get a nice damage boost. But we'll have to see. So for now, we do have... Ah, there we go. Okay, no, we have the Spire on the way as well as the Baneling Nest. I'm surprised he's committed so much to Roaches in this early stage of the game. But, oh well. And we have Nidus Worm going down for KenZy as well. Oh my good god. Okay, so what I'd love to see was Nidus Worm here, really put on the pirate pressure here, force his opponent to go there. And, you know, just kind of even Nidus Worm here as well, and bounce back between the two. That would be fantastic. Looks like they have a little bit of pressure being put on, but these stocks will be able to do it easily. But for now, KenZy is going to be able to max out relatively quickly here. And there is a Colossus at the front, which will be able to roast them pretty easily. But these Roaches are going to be able to pile on a huge amount of pressure. Once that power goes down, the Photon Cannon does indeed get underpowered. There are a few Roaches that do get caught in that. So... it's interesting. We'll have to see. Okay, so but behind this, KenZy is going to be expanding another 2 times. Already has this expansion up here. That expansion is already down. Where is this Nidus Swarm going to go? It looks to me that he's going to try and put a Nidus down in here. Throw down a load of... There we go. Nidus does go down. Going to throw in the Zerglings in order to be able to put on a little bit of pressure. Even if he does see this, it's already too late to be able to stop it. And for now, he's not keeping an eye on his minimap. There we go. Now he realizes. Going to go back here. And he's going to hit the front whilst the Zerglings offer as a distraction. So... this could be brutal. This could be very, very brutal indeed. Zergling's going to be getting in here. He's not going to sacrifice too many, but at the same time, I'm surprised he didn't start working on these rocks earlier. KenZy really stretching his opponent out very, very nicely. And, KnowMe not really having an answer for it right now. I'm surprised he didn't work on these rocks earlier, though. As once another Nidus Worm does go down, 2 Stalkers is more than enough in order to be able to deal with that, I believe. Do you have the Mutalisks going to be flying in, though? Oh my god. Oh, actually, KenZy is playing this beautifully. He's distracted his opponent with a Nidus Worm, and then forced all his units back here because he's distracting him with this initial push on his third, and then he just flies in with Mutalisks. Zerg, so mobile, so able to allow... I mean, a lot of people say, oh yeah, Zerg's just the reactionary race. Zerg is just the race that defends up, turtles up, and just gets, you know, 1 million bases, and you just can't beat them because they can replenish so fast. But, you know, more and more we're seeing Zergs really take advantage of the fact that Protoss is very, very immobile to a certain degree, and the Mutalisks can really offer those amazing, amazing harassment opportunities if you were given the opportunity. So we do have the Hive morphing him. He probably will end up going to Broodlord due to the fact that, you know, he is getting that +1 air weapons as well. Zergling's going to be running out across the map here, and you will be able to move up. There are a few cannons here, but I'm not so sure it's going to be able to do too much. Just poising for an attack with these Mutalisks for now, leaving a few Stalkers behind, but you know, if you can get the good upgrades on these guys, it doesn't really matter how many Stalkers he has at that point. But he will be able to hit this for now. To be fair to KnowMe, I mean, he's doing a good job of keeping on top of his opponent just in general. The Mutalisks really can't get in here. I mean, the Blink Stalkers for now with +3 weapons will be able to shred them up relatively easily. And he's doing a good job of keeping on top of the ground harass, keeping on top of these Zerglings that are trying to go for little bits of run-bys. Are you making tea? Can I have some tea, please? That'd be great, thank you. What do you mean, no? Okay. So we have the Zerglings going to be pushing in here. If we can get this +1 research, that would be awesome, but at the same time, he doesn't want to stay there for too long due to the fact that there are so many Colossus there. 7 Colossus, and he actually doesn't have any Corruptors to be able to deal with that. So, I mean, he's amassing a nice Mutalisk flock here, which would be awesome. Pathogen glands on the way as well as adrenal glands and +3 weapons. So if you can get a nice round with Zerg... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's a lot of Bane legs. He needs to blink back, he needs to separate his Blink Stalkers very, very nicely with Blink, and it's certainly doable. I've seen people like Dignitas Bishu do it against Morrow, in fact, which was absolutely fantastic to watch, but oh, Baneling's going to be coming in from the back as well. He's setting up a very, very nice flank here indeed, but are they even going to be able to connect before the Colossus actually roast them? Nice Blink back, but there's so many Colossus and so many Blink Stalkers left. Mr. KnowMe has been able to defend every single kind of harassment that KenZy has been able to put on, and been able to do a huge amount of damage off the back of it. Plowing in now. He's got such a bank saved up as well. He's getting stormed, getting +2 armor, and we shall be able to see. I mean, all he needs to do right now is kill off all of these Mutalisks, and without the upgrades that they require, these Mutalisks do not fare well in this situation at all. And even once the Stalkers do go down, and there you go, ladies and gentlemen, GG, as we move on to game 2 between Cybernation and KenZy and KnowMe.